EMF pollution and RF pollution. One book that I really love is called Zapped. It's by Anne Louise Gittleman, and she's got a very extensive section about foods that you can eat that, have the body's natural ability to correct itself, activate and help us out. So when we're looking to, get rid of these toxic waves, this electromagnetic pollution from the body, the body does have built-in mechanisms to do this with, and when they break, we get sick. Yes, cell phones, of course, cause damage. Microwaves, smart meters, these things cause a lot of damage, but we can help to mitigate those impacts if we know the foods to eat that will allow the body to recover from that damage or prevent the body from being as damaged, so to speak. So there's a great section on nutrition foods, and she talks about high ORAC foods, which are oxygen radical absorbance capacity foods. So again, we create free radicals just as a normal part of living. Because we use oxygen, oxygen is not a completely benign substance, and it does create what are called free radicals in the body, which is expected. So oxygen is really critically important for the human body because, of course, without it, we can't live. The reason oxygen is so important is because not only do we breathe through our nostrils, but our cells actually breathe as well by taking in the oxygen in each and every cell of the body. And the body then uses that oxygen to make energy, and then the cell uses that energy to power its body function, to power its cellular function. So in order for you to see through your eyes, your cells have to actually make their own energy and use that energy to create vision through the chemical reactions that they use to do that. And so that comes at a price. It's kind of like cooking in the kitchen. You're going to make a bit of a mess. You're going to have to wash dishes. You're going to have to throw, things into the sink and wash them out and get everything kind of renewed. You have to wash your pots. You have to throw away any, garbage, recycle anything that you need to recycle. And that's just part of, cooking and preparing a meal. Same thing goes on in the body. So free radicals are just part of the way our body's metabolism works. And our body, of course, has, very well-designed mechanisms to correct that free radical damage and to kind of recycle everything so that it can be used anew. And it, of course, gets rid of any garbage, et cetera, through its detoxification processes. So high ORAC foods are foods that are known to help absorb these free radicals, help to recycle them, and help the body to appropriately detoxify and eliminate waste. So some really great key foods and some wonderful recommendations. So she starts out recommending asparagus. Asparagus is a great food. It's got, very high glutathione content, glutathione being the most powerful antioxidant in the human body, helps quench free radicals. And so the list of foods that she recommends here are asparagus and artichoke. Artichoke not only has a lot of glutathione, it contains silymarin, phytonutrients, which are plant chemicals. The same chemicals can be found in milk thistle as well. So artichoke, very important. And she also makes, serving recommendations as well, so that you know exactly how much to consume. So it's a great book, really good advice. But, so artichokes, asparagus, also very high in glutathione, like I said, also has a lot of ability to scavenge free radicals, and that's why it's highly recommended here. So very high ORAC score. Blueberries have an ORAC score of over 6,500. So that's a critically important food to eat as well as part of a balanced diet. Cinnamon, as little as half a teaspoon, is really important to help mitigate the impact of free radicals or EMF pollution. Cranberries is another. Extremely high ORAC score of almost 10,000, actually. So that's, again, extremely important. And she gives great recommendations, serving sizes. All of it is here in this book, so I highly recommend Zapped. Cruciferous vegetables, high in antioxidants and vitamin C, such as broccoli, cauliflower, kale, Brussels sprouts. They contain a lot of sulfur as well, which help make more glutathione, that really powerful antioxidant that we all need. Great source of zinc. Cumin also. That's an extremely powerful antioxidant and free radical scavenger. She quotes some studies here where glutathione was increased by 78% using cumin. So again, critically important foods to incorporate in your diet. Garlic is another one. Highly anti-inflammatory, high ORAC score, high antioxidant capacity. Grass-fed beef, which I was surprised to see in this book. I personally eat grass-fed beef, but I know that it's not for everyone. Beef is highly acidic, and in Chinese medicine, it is a hot food, and so people who have a hot constitution or a hot pattern of heat, we don't recommend that they eat beef. So this isn't a blanket recommendation for everyone, but if beef is appropriate for you to eat, it is grass-fed. It is a great source of glutathione and zinc as well as selenium. Again, high ORAC scores. Grass-fed beef is much more nutritious than beef that is fed, grains and hormones and antibiotics. And so there's a lot more beta-carotene, vitamin E, omega-3 fatty acid, linoleic acid, and so, beef, although not for everyone, can also be part of a diet that helps mitigate the impact of EMF pollution. Mushrooms, shiitake, maitake, crimini, king oyster mushrooms, very high ORAC scores. So those are all wonderful to incorporate. Olive oil made the list. And so, again, just lots of wonderful free radicals in olive oil. Pomegranate juice is on here. Prunes. Red beans, which I love. Being from the Caribbean, we eat a lot of red beans. So I was happy to see this one on the list. But they, again, very, very nutritious, very high antioxidant capacity. They're also high in fiber, high in thiamine, which is a B vitamin that's really important for memory and brain function. So red beans are on the list. And then our superfruits like acai are on the list, mangosteen, noni. I remember noni juice came out years and years ago. Rosemary, the spice. Rosemary is on here. So you get vitamin E, which is a huge antioxidant. It can also be used as a food preservative because it's so high in vitamin E. So it can help prevent oils from going rancid. So that's a great means of keeping your oils fresh, is to put a little rosemary in it. And seaweed. So that's really a critical antioxidant as well. So seaweed is, of course, eaten very much in Asian cultures, but it's definitely something that will help increase our antioxidant capacity and quelch dangerous free radicals. Tart cherries made the list. Turmeric, no antioxidant list would be complete without turmeric. And wild Alaskan salmon made the list here, as well as walnuts. And it's interesting to note that walnuts have an ORAC rating of 13,000 in a 3.5-ounce serving. And walnuts actually look like a little brain. And so it's fascinating to see how nature has a sense of humor. And we need to eat things that look like a brain if we want to have good brain function. So we're coming up on the end of our show today. But I hope that I've helped to bring you a little bit closer to just figuring out, how is it that we keep our bodies healthy with all these changes and all the stress going on in our environment today. So we'll, of course, be continuing to give you some great advice moving forward in our shows. But I'm hoping that you all can incorporate these recommendations, run out and buy some of these great foods. Go check out the Environmental Working Group. Go check out heartmath.org. And make your body ascension-ready. So I thank you for listening today, and I look forward to seeing you live in 2 weeks. But don't forget, you can listen to our shows every Tuesday, pre-recorded, at 11 p.m. as well. So thank you, and until next time, many, many blessings.
Join us next time on Awakened Wellness with Milen Riobe, MD, to learn how spirituality, ancient traditions, and cutting-edge science are merging to create a new paradigm of wellness. Awakened Wellness airs every Tuesday at 11 a.m. and 11 p.m. Eastern Time, with live shows on the first and third Tuesday mornings of each month. Meanwhile, you can join our Facebook page at facebook.com/awakenedwellness8 and let us know what you'd like to discuss on future episodes. Dr. Milen is the medical director of the Riobe Institute of Integrative Medicine in Jupiter, Florida. For more information, visit riobeintegrativemedicine.com. This show is part of the Dreamvisions 7 radio network.
This is Dreamvisions 7 Radio Network, uniting mankind with universal love. Our shows are created from the heart, bringing each listener to a place of divine enlightenment. Breathe, relax, and enjoy. Let life flow.